guys, this is Anarchist coming to you from the dark side of the moon here on another episode of Ann After Hours. I did review a little bit on this bill on the last episode, but I wanted to kind of get more into the bones of this bill because the more I read it, the more growing concern I seem to be having as I'm reading this bill. And I would like to bring it to people's attention that this bill is a way to centralize digital currency and for the Federal Reserve banking system, the cartels, to centralize this control. So, as yesterday, I went over a couple of things, but we're going to go through pretty much the same thing, but I'm going to go more in depth and detail about some of the stipulations, and I guess this is basically a spell for how to get more money. So this is called the S3571 bill, and will in the future be known as the Banking for All Act. Okay, that's what it says right here. This act may be cited as the Banking for All Act. So they're trying to make it sound so like innocent and, it's for everybody, for the greater good. But let's see what all unfolds and how much evil is wrapped into this bill. So Section 2 describes all the definitions that are in the bill. So what digital dollars are, what digital dollar wallets are, the member banks, pass-through digital dollar wallets, what they are, postal retail facilities and what they're going to represent. And if I need to, I will go over them, but I know that they go more into detail about them. So Section 3 basically talks about the authority and mandate for member banks to maintain pass-through digital dollar wallets. Now, what are pass-through digital dollar wallets? It means a digital wallet or account maintained by a member bank on behalf of any person, entitling that person to a pro rata share of pooled reserve balance that the member bank maintains at any Federal Reserve bank. Now, I will admit right here, I have somewhat nescience because I don't know what pro rata share means, so I'm just going to go look it up. Pro rata share is a method that assigns a proportionate amount of income or losses to shareholders or members of a company based on their ownership percentages. Oh, okay. So that's what a pass-through digital dollar wallet is. So it's a digital wallet or account maintained by the member bank on behalf of any person, entitling that person to a share of a pooled reserve balance that the member bank maintains at any Federal Reserve bank. So they get a proportionate amount of income or losses to shareholders or members of a company. So what they're doing is they're treating these digital dollar wallets and member banks as if it's like a stock market, basically. And if you are part of the member bank, if you are an account holder, then you will gain profits or lose losses. Now that, okay, so then that means that there can never be a savings account, is what that means. It means that you'll never be able to save money. Like there will never, the checking and savings account will literally be one account smashed together, except it'll just be minus the savings. Really, it would be literally not having a savings, but without extra steps, basically. So we'll get into that. I'm going to touch back on that and what does that mean to you, anyone who has any digital currency or anyone who touches into M2 or M1 monies. So right now, the authority and mandate is right now for the member banks to maintain pass-through digital wallets. So that's what Section 3 is. It's saying who has the authority and mandate to maintain pass-through digital dollar wallets. Well, it's going to be the member banks. They're going to be in charge of maintaining the pass-through digital dollar wallets. So we'll scroll down a little here. In general, each member bank shall establish and maintain a separate legal entity for the exclusive purpose of holding all assets and maintaining all liabilities associated with the pass-through digital wallets. B. The assets of any entity described in the subparagraph shall consist exclusively of a balance maintained on a master account at a Federal Reserve Bank, and the liabilities or obligation of the entity shall consist exclusively of an equal quantity of balances maintained by holders of pass-through digital wallets. And we'll go back on that and see what they really mean about that. Capital or liquidity regulation. The assets and liabilities of any legal entity described in a subparagraph shall not be deemed assets or liabilities of the member bank or the affiliates. Okay, so what they're saying is if somebody hacks your account, that it will no longer be an asset or a liability of the member bank. It would just solely be like your problem. And then it says a liquidity regulation promulgated by federal or state banking authorities. Online application requirements for large banks. Member banks with the total consolidated assets greater than this amount, I'm assuming it's $10 billion, shall promptly offer application through online or telephonic means as for pass-through digital wallets. So if your bank's worth a lot of money, you would have to, you're required, to offer applications online or on the phone to your customers. Terms of pass-through digital wallets, pass-through digital dollar wallets, shall not be subject to any account fees, minimum balances, or maximum balances, and shall pay interest at a rate not below the greater of the rate of interest on required reserves on the rate of interest of excess reserves. Shall provide functionality and service levels no less favorable than those of the member bank offers for its existing transaction accounts, including with respect to debit cards, ATMs, online account access, automatic bill pay, mobile banking, customer service, and such other services as the Board of Governors. Whoa, hold on, I have to stop at this because they literally gave the Federal Reserve System an even bigger name. I'm purposely saying bigger that way because the name is already big, but they got to get it bigger because it's the fucking non-government. Because remember, the Federal Reserve is not federal. It is a privately owned bank. Okay? We don't own our money. We have to ask the Federal Reserve for money because they own America, not us. So they're calling it the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. You might as well say Super King Kamehameha Pharaoh Imhotep. You might as well just say that. If only we can make multiple titles on top of titles, guys. These people literally come up with these positions and titles. At some point, all positions and titles are kind of useless. They don't even mean a thing, but I digress. So the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, they get to determine appropriate in the public interest, provided that the digital dollar wallets shall not include an overdraft coverage. I like how they said the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System determines appropriate in the public interest. So, we all know who the real owners of America are. Shall prominently branded in all account statements, marketing materials, and other communications as pass-through Fed account. Oh my god, the freaking names that they use in these damn things. If they could just get any more obvious, they might as well say pass-through scam accounts. Okay? May not be closed or restricted by the bank on the basis of profitability considerations and shall provide account holders with reasonable protection against losses caused by fraud or security breaches. Okay. People getting reimbursed for costs when they get scammed or security breaches. Alright. Authority for state non-member banks and credit unions to offer pass-through digital dollar wallets. The Federal Reserve Bank shall permit state non-member banks and credit unions to open master accounts for the exclusive purpose of offering pass-through digital dollar wallets in compliance with the separate entity structure described in Section 3A. If the pass-through digital wallet comply with the terms set forth in Section 3B, and each state non-member bank or credit union electing to offer pass-through digital wallets shall be entitled to cost reimbursement in accordance with Section 3. Here we go. This one was probably what I really wanted to look at. Section 5. The authority and mandate for Federal Reserve banks to maintain digital dollar wallets for the general public. Okay, they're subject to such restrictions, limitations, or regulations may be imposed by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Each Federal Reserve Bank may maintain digital dollar wallets. In general, all Federal Reserve banks shall, not later than January 1st, 2021, make digital dollar wallets available to all residents and citizens of the United States. So here's the date we're looking at, January 1st, 2021, guys. This bill is going to be passed silently overnight in somebody's bathroom in the Congress building, okay? They don't even really take this shit seriously at all. They literally like look at stuff and they're like, well, it says banking for all, and then they're going to go on the news and say banking for all, and everybody's going to be like, oh, it's good. And just to let you know, it was a Democrat that submitted this paperwork. And if Trump wins again and on his reality TV show, if he wins lead role again, he's going to sign off on it as a Republican, just to show the hypocrisy of the two-party system. But let's get back to the hypocrisy of the Federal Reserve and how they plan on taking over our country through the use of digital currency by phasing out cash and change. And if you don't think it's going to happen, you obviously don't know economics, and you obviously don't understand the decline of civilization and what are the telltale signs of a civilization in decline. Money being taken off the hands of the people and private transactions being pulled out is sign number 1. But anyway, let's see, the digital dollar wallets cannot be subject to any account fees, minimum balance or maximum balance, shall pay interest at a rate not below the greater of the rate interest. So you're still going to pay interest on it to maintain the account. You have to pay interest on it, which means, and that goes back to the one that I was looking at earlier, and I was like, oh, what does this mean, this pro rata share thing? What it means is there is no saving money anymore. You're paying interest on maintaining the account. And they're going to say, oh, it's just, a little fee you have to pay to keep the account going and stuff like that. What it means is you have to use the money now or lose the money now. Because looking at how inflation is going, they're not going to let your digital money sit in an account and do absolutely nothing. Because now they're centralizing the digital currency now, which means that money has to be circulating at all times, which means that fee or that percentage that you're going to be paying is going to slowly go up and up and up and up to where there is no saving money. And it's not like you can sit there and pull out cash, because we'll be completely cashless. So there's no putting money, hiding it under your bed anymore. There's no picking up odd and end jobs to make ends meet at your house because, you get paid under the table. There's none of that anymore in this country. And I will get back to you guys soon. I'm going to have a word from one of our sponsors, and then we'll get back to the other half of the show.
Marlboro Man here, reminding you that Jaci's Resale Shop in Berwyn has all your home goods under one roof. Everything you need at the best possible value. Your dollar will go farther than it's ever gone before. Come on down and grab some furniture, books, electronics, kitchenware, and much, much more. You can even get a brand new outfit complete with shoes and accessories for under $10. Can you believe that? Check out Jaci's Resale Shop located at 6615 Cermak Road in beautiful downtown Berwyn, Illinois on Cermak Road and East Avenue, or call 708-689-7172 or check out our Facebook page in the description below. Remember folks, if you can't find it anywhere else, then you can always find it at Jaci's.
Hey guys, this is Anarchist coming to you from the dark side of the moon, and I just want to tell you about my friend Mo over at Berwyn Tobacco and Vapes. He has extensive collection of smoking and vaping products. Pipes, bongs, hookahs, cigarettes, tobacco accessories are just more than a few things Mo has to offer. He has product knowledge and excellent customer service that is beyond anything a smoke shop can offer. Whether it's taking a drag on a stound or replacing a slider on a bong, Berwyn Tobacco and Vapes has it all. Located at 2825 Harlem Avenue in Berwyn, Illinois, or call 708-637-4245.
Got a clog you can't unplug or a leaky sink? Call Sullivan's Plumbing and Heating. They'll work around the clock to meet all your plumbing and heating needs. Located in beautiful Berwyn, Illinois, Sullivan's Plumbing and Heating are open 24/7 just in case you have any late night surprises or emergencies like a basement filled to the knee with dookie water. Oh my God, no. But Sullivan's Plumbing and Heating will be there day or night to the rescue just to keep you clean and sanitary and right. Call Sullivan's Plumbing and Heating. If you need them, call them tonight. 708-795-0700. No job too big, no job too small. Sullivan's Plumbing and Heating does it all. 708-795-0700.
Okay guys, so we're back to the show. We were talking about how they are going to give the authority and mandate for Federal Reserve banks to maintain digital dollar wallets, and how they are basically slowly removing cash and private transactions and getting us to move over to fully digital currency. So, all Federal Reserve banks shall not, no later than January 1st, 2021, make digital wallets available for all residents and citizens of the United States. So this is the date that they're talking about when they want to initiate. I would like to call it part of Agenda 21 because it's literally what this is, and how they're going to consolidate all digital currency and then put it in a centralized system, in a centralized banking system, but basically with zeros and ones. In areas where access to physical member bank branches is limited, including low or moderate income geographies. I like that one, the way how they euphemize that, geographies. Designated disaster areas, distress or undeserved non-metropolitan middle income geographies. And what do they want them to do? Federal Reserve Bank shall partner with postal retail facilities to ensure access and availability. So remember in the last episode, I was talking about how they are going to, right now they're talking about getting rid of the USPS. They're trying to talk about getting rid of it. But this particular bill is going to come in and show, oh, we can save USPS by repurposing it for other things. And for one of them, and I had mentioned this yesterday or in the other episode, that yes, they're going to repurpose the post offices, so that is where you could go to go get your digital money at. They're going to have, I swear, it has to be like a, foreshadowing where they're going to have us all go to these post offices to turn in our cash money, like currency exchanges, post offices, local like places in your town. They're going to have us go there to turn in our cash money so that we could get digital money in exchange for that cash money. And they want to use the post office, so they're going to act like they're going to save the post office when they're actually going to turn it into the tool of our oppression. That the bank has to provide debit cards, online account access, automatic bill pay, mobile banking. So all the services you already get now, you get to get them again, but all digital. Shall provide in conjunction with the Postal Service access to ATMs to be maintained on behalf of the Board of Governors of the Postal Service. So they came up with a new job. So first we had the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Now we got the Board of Governors of the Postal Service. Not a postmaster. It will be the Board of Governors of the Postal Service. Sorry, Ben Franklin, but the Pony Express has been all, diddled out now. Now it's the Digital Express. Says may not be closed or restricted on the basis of profitability or consideration. Blah 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 blah. And then we come all the way down to Section 6, regulations, and look at with all of the words and terms and titles and definitions they have here. Section 6 is just laughable. Section 6, regulation. The Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System shall promulgate regulations carrying out this act. All for us to see right here. That they're literally handing our financial security, our complete financial security, over to the banking cartels. Because you know why? It benefits our elected officials to hand over complete financial security. If not, I don't even want to say financial security, but our financial freedom more so to the banking cartels. Guys, we're not going to be able to buy our way out of this one. It's not going to be no different than the black slaves of the colonial times thinking they could buy their own freedom if they saved up money and paid their owners to set them free. We're not going to be able to buy our way out of this one, guys. What's going to happen is so much debt's going to be created from this $6.2 trillion stimulus package. It's just the start. On top of the other mountains of debt that we have for our entire country, we're going to be so much in debt, guys, that a bigger government will be created to buy our debt. This is what's leading, what it's leading to, and what it's really starting to look like. But I want your guys' thoughts on this. I want you guys to give me your thoughts and opinions on what you think about this S3571 bill, or quote unquote Banking for All Act. I want you guys to give your opinions to the Google Thought Police too, and let them know what you think about this bill. Alright guys, we're getting pretty much to the end of the show. I want to thank you guys for your support. Please like, share, and comment. I have a Twitter and a Patreon now, so I will leave everything in the description. And I will get back to you guys on the next show. This is Anarchist coming to you from the dark side of the moon, here on Ann After Hours on WAM Radio, because we have a holiday.
Get some